There we go. We can start.
I was just going to say, given the minutes, Marty, you might want to look at the ones that I sent. I tried to capture the notes I took, I lost. So I watched it again and tried to take minutes a second time. And I don't know, I want to make sure that I got everything that you were trying to say in there. So,
Okay. Oh wait, okay, there's James. So 1, 2.
you have five, yeah.
Do we have 5? We have
I
Rachel,
can't
me,
tell.
Will, James. No,
One, two, three. Rachel.
there's
Okay,
4.
Rachel, yeah. Sorry. Four.
Yeah, we still have quorum. It's okay. I haven't heard from Josh on someone for the school district yet either. I've asked him a couple times.
I think we got a new application for a member this week.
Oh.
Somebody's coming in.
Okay.
I'm going. No, there's too much walk with determination. Hey. Yay! Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Yay!
They put you in the back.
Nobody
now?
Nobody.
And now we have quorum. There.
I'm not, I didn't realize I left my glasses in the pocket. I'm not going back to what you said. I won't. All right, here I am. Sorry.
I think we have 2 sets of minutes, right, to approve?
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that?
Yes, December 3rd and January 28th.
Okay. So if we're okay with starting the meeting, we can start by, I can make a motion to approve the, was it November 3rd minutes? December, sure. Okay, December 3rd minutes. And get a second.
Rachel second.
Okay. Any discussion? And then who approves?
Jane.
James?
Sorry, I'm driving back from Watkins Glen right now.
Told me to eat in there.
Cool. Okay. And then we have January minutes, and I'll move to approve those. I need a second.
I'll second that.
Yay! And then any discussion?
Where are they?
The minutes.
It's called agenda, it says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate, for doing those minutes.
Not a problem. I tried, like I said, I took minutes there and then I lost them, so I had to watch it again. So the end where you guys were talking about the contract or the grant, that's where I would look at and just make sure it's
Okay.
and you won't hurt my feelings, really.
I think Lauren's name is spelt wrong, but yeah.
I think that's about right. Yeah.
Are you ready to vote or any
Looks
other
good to
changes?
me. Not that my vote matters, but looks good to me.
Yeah, I think we're good to vote.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
There.
Do laugh our way
Okay. So I will follow up with Josh at the school district about who's gonna be coming to represent the school district going forward. He hasn't given me anyone yet. I'm not sure. I keep meaning to post just on like parents groups and stuff to try to get other memberships so we can get full membership, but I have not had a chance to yet. But James, are you the one that just said you thought that an application went in with someone?
Yeah, Jenna Kane said that she was trying to get it submitted this week. One of the
Okay.
times when she tried to do it, the submit button wasn't going through.
Okay.
You can always email or call Bambi. She's the one who gets them. Just to check. We can check.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
We can check.
So the next thing is just updates. So we have on the agenda first for CCE rural youth services to start. Athena, you want to
Okay.
start?
Yeah, and I will email all this afterwards. I wasn't anticipating it, so many people being virtual. So I just brought the final 2025 final budgets for the Dryden Youth Services and the Dryden Hours program. Nothing super exciting on them really. There is about almost 1,500 surplus in the Dryden Youth Services, so Dave's program, because we had just over $2,200 in donations, which is pretty awesome. And then Dryden Hours, really the big expense was that we did youth wages. We had youth employees at the library as usual, and then we also brought in some youth to help with Dave's program in the summer, help with the Summer Olympics, Raina and a few others who are just amazing and always a huge help. So, which is great that we can have them get money from them. When I send them out, if you look them over, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to call me, email me, talk to me next month, etc. So,
Very quick,
yeah,
very basic question.
Yes.
On the hours budget,
Yes.
the second column it says 12/31/2026, and on the other one it's 12/31/2025.
It's 2025.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
Yeah, it's just
Just curious.
Yep, that was my fault. It's my first mistake of the year. Oh, no, it's not. So that's the exciting budgets. And then the Dryden Hours program, we have Gabe has his first round, and we're doing a series of just like one-off field trips coming up. Because we, until 2 days ago, still hadn't heard back from the school. So we wanted to at least get something going. But now we have actually heard back from the elementary school older half principal. And so we're meeting with him on Tuesday. So that's really exciting. But Gabe is going to start off with doing a program at 4-H Acres, a program at the Science Center, do some glow-in-the-dark mini golf up in Cortland, and then do a program at Lime Hollow as well. So transportation is provided to from the school, and then parent pickup at the school. We are putting on the registration form, like if you have a transportation issue, let us know. We might have resources available because we don't want that to be a barrier. We'll see where that goes. So I brought a whole bunch of copies if folks want to like kind of pass them around. I'll email it out as well, and I did put it out on the bulletin board. So Gabe is already kind of has a chunk of kind of the first real round of like the 6-week everyday kind of programming. And so as soon as we talk to the school and figure out locations and stuff, he's going to be like ready to go, ready to recruit. So he's been doing really great, and we're really excited for those to start. And I think that my final thing is that we as in Tompkins County 4-H are having a pancake breakfast at 4-H Acres on Saturday from 10 to 1. So come hang out, come get pancakes. We're gonna also hopefully, depending on weather and temperatures, be doing some sap boiling demonstrations, and also have some like kid activities, kind of just talking about the different 4-H programs in Tompkins County, what's available, have some fun hands-on activities, all a little bit weather dependent and stuff like that. But having a tour of 4-H Acres, doing some like tree ID kind of fun stuff. So if you are around, it's going to be very kid friendly, come on down to 4-H Acres. Yes. I think I know I went quick. Any question?
I have 2 questions.
No, just kidding. I love your questions.
How many kids?
10.
10 for each.
Yeah, because they're all van programs.
Right.
Yeah.
So my next question is, do you have this in digital form you could send
Yes.
to me?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll send that out with the budget and pancake breakfast info and that as well.
Other than, well, I can, if you send it to me, I can also send it to Cassie, or you can send it to Cassie, put it in the
Okay.
newsletter too.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And we just opened the programs yesterday, so we're just starting kind of the.
I think even just this part would be good to
Okay.
send her, so then people
Yeah.
will know that.
I'll send them as 2 separate
Yeah.
things as well so that they can piece together. So
I think she wanted everything by the 28th.
okay,
I think.
not a problem. I can do it first thing in the morning.
Hey, Athena, can you say the times again for that breakfast and what's the charge?
Yeah, it's 10. I'm 96% sure it's 10 to 1 on Saturday.
This
Okay.
Saturday.
This Saturday. And I think we're doing it as like a large plate and a small plate. And the large plate is 12 and a small plate is 6. So
Okay.
that way you can decide what your family wants. If you want to get one large plate and split it up, great. Do what you want to do with your family size. So, yeah.
Thank you.
And I'll send the flyer out for that as well tomorrow morning, which I know is Thursday, but time has been flying. And we are working really hard on our annual reports for 2025, and so we'll have those ready and be brought to the March meeting.
Okay. I was looking at programming for maybe it was Dave Hall's programs. I was trying to figure out to do a program
Yes.
visit. Anyway, I have, because this is how my schedule is, I have 2 days in March that I could go to a program.
Yeah,
Can I just email you, Athena, and you can just tell me
absolutely.
what's going on those
Yeah.
2 days?
I mean, yeah, email me and then I'll probably just either just connect you right with Dave.
Okay.
Just give you his cell phone and you can text and figure it out, or I can help be the go-between, whatever's easiest and needed. But yeah, really, yeah. And again, anybody else that wants to come visit, we'd love to have you. It's a lot of
Okay.
fun. If it's outdoors, come prepared to be outdoors in snow and or mud. So just as an FYI. If it's food related, just be prepared that it might be some really interesting things that you could taste. You just never know.
Okay, so next, Marty, do you want to go next?
Sure. I just shared Athena's pancake breakfast.
Oh,
So
thank you.
yeah, so I did that. Just getting ready for spring, summer. I think every registrations are all open for spring. I sent flyers to the school. So hopefully kids are bringing those home. Summer camp will be opening March. One moment, please. 23rd, I believe it is, that Monday. Yep, March 23rd at 6 a.m. So Monday at 6. There are
At 6:05, it'll be closed. And
yeah. Well, when we had 2 camps before, they all didn't fill up. Freeville usually had like 4 or 5 spots open. So I'm hoping, I do want them to fill up, but I'm hoping that it's not like a 15-minute fill up between the 2. I'm hoping it kind of. I did decide we had a rec directors meeting. Was that a couple weeks ago, Kate? I think it was. And we were talking about opening summer camps and when people are doing it. And I had said that I wanted to do it a little bit later just because there were so many people who would just take spots and then cancel. And I just honestly, when it comes to it, I just felt it wasn't fair to me. People are, some people are like, well, you can fill the spots. Well, yes. However, it's not just getting on the computer and filling a spot. And so Lansing and somebody else said they have the same issues too, that people, get the spot and then they plan something else and they cancel. So I'm hoping this kind of
We did it too. We have that problem.
I'm hoping this just alleviates a little bit of that problem. A couple here and there is okay with me. I don't mind. It just the last 2 years has been very overwhelming with the amount of people who just who take it.
We our solution in Groton was started last year for that was even with scholarships, we usually not require, but families still have to pay something. And the minimum amount that they usually have to pay is like $50 a week. So we made a non-refundable $50 a week deposit.
Is that like, so how did you do that? Was that like your fee and then they would get
taken off of the total? So it's like 1 week was $200. They had to pay a $50 at first. So then the balance is still
Gotcha.
But the most they could get back would be.
So when did you have them pay that?
Right when they registered.
Right. Okay. That's what I was wondering.
And I think we have a caveat on there. And I mean, we, like, most of the families.
Yeah.
So if that's providing a financial hardship, because if you're doing 6 weeks for 3 kids, that's still a chunk of money.
Right.
To talk to us and we can figure out, like,
Yeah.
we have that open communication, but it really did cut down on that, like, just then we would be completely full, we'd staff based on that, and then all of a sudden we weren't, and yeah.
And that's the thing, like I'm completely sympathetic with people who
Yeah.
have like, something happens or, life, whatever.
Yeah.
But when people are just grabbing spots and they're like, oh, well, we just,
Until we figure out what we want to do.
right, we
Yeah.
just planned our vacation or my kid got into a different camp
Yeah.
and that's, I feel like on you as a parent.
Yeah.
It's
record.
Right now we do have open, we're doing there's a rugby clinic that's at TC3. That's a free clinic run through CNY. Rugby is doing it. I know at least 2 of the coaches are local, Dryden. Nikki and Brandon Dutcher. And then we have the 3rd and 4th grade lacrosse, 5th and 6th grade lacrosse is open. Track and field is open. The Easter egg hunt will be March 28th. Montgomery Park with programs at the library to follow. I know that the VFW is doing theirs as well that day. I didn't get a chance to coordinate with anybody. The library was doing that day, so I was like, yes. And then I talked to the VFW. She's going to do hers at 1 so that we can it's all going to be on the same day, but at least it kind of times out well with everything.
Do you need any help with that?
You'd like to be funny?
So funny thing is I did buy a new bunny suit.
Sometimes those are for tall people. I'm 5'5", which I
So I was like reading all the reviews and everything, and I was like, all right, I'm definitely gonna have to get the small large because the large, extra large is like humongous. So I come home from work yesterday and on my front porch is this box with this creepy bunny picture, and I was like, okay, my man, that's what I think. So it is small. So I think that I will either have to do it or I'm going to ask somebody who works for me, one of the kids. I think that Oscar would be a fantastic suit. I have to talk to some of the kids and see. But if you want to come, absolutely.
Right next to Montgomery Park, so it would be super easy.
What was the date of that?
March 28th. So it'll start at 10:30. We're usually there like an hour or so before because we clean the park up before. And then it takes like 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. Yes.
It does not
Takes
take.
you longer to get into
Into the costume and it.
Yes. Remind me when we're not recording and tell you the story about the bunny suit today. My daughter. So those are the things that I have coming up in the spring, and then in the summer, I have dates for almost every camp that we offer, which is 6-week camp, archery camp, soccer camp, dance camp, which is usually at the VFW. They're moving to the high school that they told us we could use a gym space there this year.
Nice.
Wrapping up basketball here in what's March? March right there. 2 weeks. they have 3 more games. And then wrestling will be done next weekend. I think that's everything I have going on there. As you saw in the email, we did get the grant application in. Yay. I'm filling out the grant application for United Way for summer camps. Are you doing that as well?
Because of the new way they're doing it in a roundabout way,
Yeah.
Is more it's complicated. Yeah,
so
I get why they're doing it.
So they changed it. It's a little bit shorter, not as many questions, but it is kind of like a broad thing. They said you could use it for whatever you wanted.
And you can only do one application.
Correct.
Do like
a broad everything you do
into one.
So we don't go through any of the community councils anymore, Dryden or Freeville. It's just coming. I'm the direct applicant, and then it comes right here. So last year, the year before, they changed the way they gave you money.
Yeah.
So then I just had it come directly here.
You kind of disperse it.
And then budget wise, I just dispersed it. Before it would go to like a community council, and then they would write the town a check. This way it's just easier, streamlined, one person, one institution. I'm the one who had all the information anyway, so it just kind of worked out easier that way for everybody, I think. Right, Will? Will used to do the grant.
Yeah, I used to do them, and
That's petty.
it was really nice when Marty started doing them.
Yeah.
The first because the first time or two it was like Marty would like do it, but then have to send me all the information, and I'd still have to do it. And I was like, well, now we're just doing it twice. This is dumb.
Yeah.
We sort of do it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I have a quick question for you about the if I know it's you already talked about, but if Gabe wants to come, it might be a great opportunity for him to like just meet some younger kid families.
Absolutely.
So I'm getting in touch with you about
if he wants to come, he could even be like the MC of the show, introduce himself, let the kids,
You want to give up the opportunity to talk in front of a bunch of people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm really bad at it.
I'll have him connect with you too, because that might be a great.
Yeah, and then even if he wants to go over to the library, they usually have there's a few different kids over there too.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's all for Marty's update, Kate, do you want to go next, or should we go to Jason and then Kate, because you have the vitality checklist, right? Yeah, I doubt Jason has anything.
Yeah, Jason, go first, and then I'll share my screen.
Yeah, I don't have anything, so.
Cool. Thank you.
If there's another applicant, then we'll take it up at the next board.
Oh, okay.
So
Are we back to me?
Yeah.
Yep, back to you.
Okay. Am I allowed to share my screen?
Oh, am I, right?
60.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, left. I don't know.
Oh, I was like,
We still.
Did I do that right? Can I do that?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to share. I'm going to stop and start sharing. So I want to just say thank you all for doing the vitality checklist. You and Dryden, or you and Danby, are my 2 commissions, and you made up 30% so far of the responses that we've had overall to the whole system of the municipal youth service system. So thank you very much for taking the time to answer it. So what we've done is shortened it and tried to make it more representative of just, do you as board members, sort of a snapshot of how healthy is the commission? So do you understand the funding? Do you understand the operation guidelines that come down? Do you feel like you have the opportunity to speak up and ask questions during meetings? Do you feel like the time is used wisely? So we tried to be more specific in those questions and made it more reflective for you as a member. So I hope that you have felt that this year was better. And then the other thing that we've done year over year for the past couple of years is just given you a bunch of numbers and said, hey, you got a 4 here, you got a 4.2 the year before. And it's a lot of numbers and it's really hard to look at and sort of get exactly what you need to get out of it. So this year we're trying to create sort of an executive summary for you to take and look at, and to give you something to kind of think about if there are goals that come out of it that you want to set for the commission, additional questions. Rachel, I've not forgotten that we need to connect and do an orientation, but that's the another thing that we can do. If you answered questions, it's also a good thing to show what you know, what you don't know. So, as a liaison, I'm happy to answer those questions. So basically, the overview was based on the four. There was more than four completed a vitality checklist. The commission demonstrates strong governance practices, clear roles understanding, and cultural engagement. Most of the responses clustered around 4.75 and 5, so which was the highest. So you have a very strong functioning commission, which is no surprise. You guys are engaged, and that's great. Key strengths, formal approval of the bylaws, strong alignment with operational guidelines, transparent annual officer elections, and clear quorum understanding, clear attendance expectations and annual goal tracking, meeting support, respectful dialogue, and efficient decision making, strong comfort engaging in discussions and understanding residual responsibilities, and clear understanding of funding sources and the integration of youth voice. So areas of strategic evaluation, clarifying how needs assessment data directly informs funding recommendations. So, RYS does a lot of sort of needs assessments. So they're talking to people. The programs that are run are based on youth voice. So it might be something as simple as bringing some of those forward and connecting those dots a little bit more, if that's something that you would be interested in. You may feel that you understand that and you know that, and so that would be up for discussion. Strengthening a shared understanding of how funding decisions prevent duplicative services. Because you do recreation and in RYS, it's not so much duplicative services, right? They're different. So it's not so much there, but I think if there are other programs in Dryden, I don't know that there's a lot of duplicity, but that's something that we could look at. And then increasing familiarity with annual reports and how they support community education. So, annual reports are done, and then how do you take that information and how do you share it with the community? How do we use it on the websites? How are we getting that information out to folks and parents and people? So, strategic focus priorities were increase the transparency and data to decision making. Which we're going to talk about a community needs assessment here in a minute, and I think that will give us what are the needs in Dryden specifically, and so that way we'll be able to tie that back to what needs are we filling with the programs that you're funding. So I think it's a larger conversation, but we will get to that. And then strengthening systems level awareness of mapping about how DRYC funding aligns with county priorities and fills gaps. And again, I think that's on me to educate what the priorities are for the county, what our goals are, and how you're aligned, which you are. So it's just that's an area where I can do a better job of explaining that. And then elevating a use of annual program reports through structured impact spotlights and outcome-based discussions. So as we are going to start having some more conversations with RYS as we're rolling out our new domain framework, the wellness domain framework, that'll be a more specific conversation. And for each of the programs, we'll be looking specifically at how it ties into that. So we'll be tracking metrics a little bit differently, and then we'll be able to have those conversations a little differently than we do now. And then, so basically, you've got a high, strong governance and engagement, and really just making sure that we're connecting the data to the funding, to the transparency and the outcomes of that. So, was there any questions? I don't have any concerns. You guys function really well. Did you find that more useful than just getting a bunch of numbers on an average of each of the sections? Okay.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay. That was the other question. So as we're thinking about goals that we want to do, we can have some of those conversations along with we want to do a logo, right? That's something else we can do. So you don't have to drive all of them from there, but it does give you some fodder and some things to think about. The next thing that I would like to show you, you did receive 2 from me. The mental health survey that we launched. We have these flyers that can be, so we've shared this on our social media page, so you can share it from there if you have it. If you have a printer, you can print these off. These do look different. So this is the youth voice. Currently, we have 10 responses and it's been up for a couple weeks. So you can put this where there might be youth. If you have youth in program and they can scan this and just do that while they're there, that would be really great. We're really trying to focus on, especially the rural communities, getting responses because so often we're centric on Ithaca. So that's what that looks like. I'm going to be sending these out to the libraries. Let's see, and then we also have an adult caregiver version, which is parallels the youth but gives us the perspective of the adult. So we didn't want to just get like parents and grandparents. We wanted to get youth who are people who actually work with youth, because whether you're coaches or teachers or you do recreation or you work in the RYS department, what you think is also important. So we wanted to capture that. So you can see very different backgrounds and they look very different. So if you have places to put both of them, great. And if you have mostly adults, you can just hang this one. Kids can obviously have the other one. So we have 38 responses right now to the adult, which is pretty good. We're going to be sending them out on listservs again and in like the community event. So we'll talk about the community cafe here in a second. Like we can bring those and people can scan those as they come in. So we still have plenty of time to get feedback on that, but just it's getting it out there and getting kids, get it in front of youth and parents. So the last thing that I wanted to talk, last thing I wanted to talk about was the community cafe. So we did have the community cafe in Dryden, which was I think on the 12th of February. So the way that that commission chose to do it was they had program at the town hall, and then directly after that program, I think it ended a little sooner unexpectedly, but after the town hall, after the programming ended, one of the commission members, they brought some pizza in, we had some coloring things for kids, and really just had a basic conversation. It was well attended. There were homeschooled kids that just flew in. They had just moved in from Texas. So we had it was pretty well attended, and gave us a chance to really just have a conversation with folks. And so one of the takeaways that we had was, so Danby just does the RYS program. So it was the feedback that we got was really specific to RYS, which is great. We heard a lot of good feedback. When we're thinking about this one, because you guys do recreation and RYS, this needs to be, I learned that we're going to frame the questions a little bit different to make sure that we cast a wider net, so to speak, so that the feedback what we're getting encompasses all the things that you guys are doing. Okay. So basically we just asked 3 questions, and there was a request from some of the commission members to actually print these off so people could have them in front of them and take notes. And if they wanted to take them home and then, send them back to us so they could do that. So the first question that we asked was, from your perspective, what are the biggest challenges young people in your community are facing right now? So is it hard to feel healthy, supported, safe, hopeful, those sort of things? One of the things that also came through was having sort of a precursor, like these are the things that are happening in the community, right? Because some of the parents said, well, we don't know exactly what you do. And so if we don't know what you do, how can we say what's working well and what's not working well, or what we would like to see? So that's something else to kind of think about as we would be prepping the questions for you guys. The next question was youth strengths and supports. What helps young people in the community to do well? So to feel supported, to connected, to feel successful, and why? And then the last one was priority and actions. What would help most? If you could change or improve one thing to better support youth in your community, what would it be and why? So we got some really good feedback. We said thank you. Like I said, there was some. So Danby has money in their budget to pay for the pizza. So that's not exactly the situation that we have here, but we do have. Given some things there may be some money, I'm not sure. So I wanted to kind of just talk about what do you think about framing of the questions, location? Does it make sense to tack it on to the end of maybe one of Dave's programs, or if Marty's got something going on, or would it be better to have it at a night where it's separate and apart? All those things are really up for discussion, and you are the experts of your community. So
We have a new community space.
yeah, I saw
Tacking
that.
it onto Dave's program may not work as well as in Danby because a lot of the kids take the late bus home, so
Okay.
parents are necessarily picking them up. Not that we couldn't do it, but it just might not work out.
But yeah, I would agree. Like if we can, the
If
community
we
space
coordinate
is there.
something with Stephanie, I think that would.
Yeah. Yeah, we can, yeah, I think the new community space would be good.
Okay.
I think
That's
not only
what
just
it's
for the
for.
space, but I think because people are want to see what's inside.
Right, wants
too.
to see what's inside and yeah.
Well, and I think
Okay.
to have it in the new community space, because people are excited about it, I think it helps them probably plan out what they want to do with that space too, right? So it opens it up
Yeah.
to a broader conversation. So the questions that you have on here, which were with Danby, they're youth oriented, but we're thinking the questions need to be a little bit more, not just youth, but also just recreation in general for
Yeah, I think because
us, right?
we do want to catch the youth, obviously, but it's also family as part of that, and I want to make sure that we are focusing also on recreation. Like I said, it just they don't have rec in Danby, so but it was about
Yeah.
an hour and a half. And that seemed to be perfect length for people to get them in, have the conversations, and then, kind of let them go. So that was started at, was it, I think it was 7, 6, 7. It was 7. We were done by 8:30. So, I mean, you could do it on, I mean, so they chose to do it a night that they have a commission meeting since that hour and a half was already booked in their schedules. That's something that we could look at, but it does not have to be that way.
Okay.
People will come for food.
Right, people will come for food. Marty walked away, so I don't know if she has any money in her budget for food.
Um, yeah, so we have to figure out, like, when is the community center really open for us to use it? Do we know? Like, I know they got it, but
They have events going all next month starting.
Yeah.
oh, really?
Mhm.
And who is it? Stephanie, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
oh,
Stephanie Ortolano.
okay. I think, if someone wants to give me your contact information, I think that would help to start to talk to her, or if someone else wants to talk to her, like to figure out when a good time would be to do that. And I'm just thinking of timing. I don't know how everyone else is, but like at night during the week sometimes gets hectic. Weekends sometimes better, but some people have more stuff going on. Like, yeah, I don't know about time. I know that if I have to go somewhere in the middle of the week, there's a good chance I won't make it. Bending.
Is it better or worse to do it like on a, not like the April break, but there's like the 19th and 20th, I think, of March. There's no school. Or like something like that where there's like one-off days of school. I don't know if that's less
This,
in families or
yeah,
more.
the spring break won't work. Having a child that's been born around spring break, I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you, it's hard to get people to go to a birthday party.
Yeah.
Because everyone's out of town. You have to like plan it in a certain way.
Yeah.
Um,
Or like those half days or like something along those lines that's like not as long of a break where people are going away necessarily, but
yeah, maybe like one of the 3-day weekends or something. I wonder when's next. Maybe like one of the superintendent's days. There's probably like another one. Like I just don't know about. Okay.
I just know the 19th and 20th are off. because everybody's planning programs for that day.
Wow.
Okay.
It's kind of see.
I can't.
You get one.
So, Kate, if we had a general idea of when and where we would tell you though, and we would then work out the questions
Yeah.
that we would be
So
discussing.
I can,
Okay.
yeah, I can reach out to Marty and make sure that if there's particular questions that she wants to know, if there's something that you guys are dying to know as a commission, we can put those in there. And then
Yeah.
obviously RYS, same thing. So
I'm curious about what people feel like is needed for adult programming.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but maybe March 9th, because March 19th is a
That's close.
superintendent's conference, right? Huh?
That's close.
It is close, so that'd be one of And the next day is
Oh, okay.
So vacation day. So it's a 3-day weekend. Fridays would seem to be more difficult, I would think, but I could be wrong.
What day is that? March.
The 19th is a Thursday.
Okay.
Pretty soon.
It is it'll be pretty soon.
Are there any days
Yeah.
in
So
May? Things like that?
I don't think so.
there's one. Oh, that's November. That's the wrong one. Not until the end of May.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, it may just have to just pick a date in sometime in April and choose that.
Oh, hey!
Yeah, maybe April, because I feel like May and June end up getting, I feel like, kind of crazy because you get end of year stuff.
Yeah.
And I
And
know
April is early this
that time of year.
Yeah, it's the first week of
last week of May.
last week of March, first week
Or
of
March,
April is,
yeah. It's really.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Spring
April
break.
break.
Yeah, April break is beginning of March to April 3rd. So maybe if we did something mid-April, and yeah, I don't know if it's better to get some people out on a Friday night or Sunday night.
Next time machine.
I don't know.
I like to say today.
Is out.
Yeah, I don't know what day of the week is better, honestly.
Yeah.
I think we may just have to.
Okay.
Bless you. Thank you. You just have to pick one and go with it.
Yeah.
You get who you get.
You get.
It's
Yeah.
the case no matter what. There's never a perfect date.
Yeah, if you do April too, that gives you the entire month of March to promote it
Right.
Yeah.
and to get
Yeah.
the word out. So that's also good.
Do a post today.
And Kate, did you say it's an option for people? I know you said people could take the questions at Danby and maybe give them back in writing. Is that an option too? If as we publicize, it's sort of like if you can't make it
Yeah.
the meeting itself, we can make the questions available online.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. All that can be done.
thank you.
I think we should really just find out when the space would be available before we
That does help.
Yeah. So I mean, does
try to make a
someone want?
reservation before we plan our party.
Yeah. That itself might just draw people, like you were saying, draw people. Come and see the new space and surprise pizza and answer questions.
So who wants to reach out to Stephanie? I just don't have her contact information, I don't think.
I'm happy to.
Okay. And yeah, maybe just see, is there a date in April that works? Like, let's
Yeah.
start with that. And I'm thinking mid-April, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought I did.
But I thought you had.
Do you need her email address?
I have.
Okay.
Thank you. And Kate, roughly how many people showed up to Danby? Because I think they have some different spaces in the building.
Yeah, so
like capacity.
there was about 15 people that showed up, which is pretty good for them. So we actually, depending on how many people you get, the way this is done is you sort of break into smaller groups around tables and you've got someone who facilitates the question and then you have a note taker. So this was like a large conversation for the whole room because there weren't that many people. So, it can be done either way.
Thank you.
Okay. I guess that would work out too, because it's like you can advertise it, but we can work on the questions and even have fine tune them at the March meeting, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say we can start an email chain and I can pull like Lizzie pull you in, and if there's somebody else who, like Rachel, if you want to be part of that group or someone else did, just to kind of think about what questions, and then Marty and Athena as well, and
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. I mean, we did 3, but we could do, you could do 4 or 5, just smaller like sections, like just what first thing comes to mind, right? So, you know.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, TikTok, are you ready? No.
And then it would be, like if there is going to be pizza, like how would that be paid for? It would just be,
We're
you know,
gonna get the details.
I mean, we tried to do a registration in Danby and nobody RSVP'd. So I just had like one parent that they were a party of 5, so I knew they were coming. So, you know, but given it's at the new community center, you might have a better, so you can do an RSVP to sort of get a sense. You know, I don't know, but
Could even like go through registration here, you know, like not necessarily like you have to register to go, but
If you want food, sign up.
right.
Make sure we have enough.
Right.
so it sounds like kind of nail down a date and then we can kind of get the questions ready and then at the next commission meeting we can finalize them. And then once we get the date and the time, we can kind of figure out how we want to promote it that way.
Yeah.
We can just
And then
kind of
try to get some
promote
kind
it
of
plan.
loose RSVPs if we want to get food.
Yeah.
And somehow we'll figure out how to pay for it.
Okay. So that yeah, that was basically all I had in reports. So
Okay. Okay, so then we don't have anyone from the school district. Marty gave her update. It's really just wait and see now for the grant. Nothing for the town. Are there any other items anyone feels like we need to bring up, or are we good to wrap everything up tonight?
I'm good.
Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I'll move for us to end the meeting at 7:52.
Whoa.
Tend to pukey child anyway.
I will second.
Anyone want to second that?
Yeah.
There we go. We all in favor of leaving?
Yep.
Cool.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
thanks everyone.
Okay.
Good
Everyone
night.
have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
everyone. Thank you. Good luck. Bye, Luna.
Did Luna make
And Teddy.
Yeah, oh, Pete showed Luna.
Oh, Jill.
Teddy.
Teddy.
Did Will
Teddy
start?
do.